guys, it's Glenn from GlennCarCollection.com, and today I'm reviewing a 2021 CLA 45 AMG Mercedes. Now, I had a 2014 CLA 45 in this exact spec. It was white with black wheels, the night package, and I'm really excited to drive the new one. So what makes this car special? Well, it's got a 4-cylinder turbocharged motor, 382 horsepower, 354 foot-pounds of torque. So it moves 0 to 60. It's also all-wheel drive. At that time, when they came out in 2014, this really competed with an M3, and you couldn't get the M3 in all-wheel drive. So if you wanted a turbocharged car, even though it's all-wheel drive, it's front-wheel drive basis, and it does act a little bit like a front-wheel drive car sometimes, but you couldn't really find an all-seasons M3. So this really filled a niche back in 2014 where you can actually get a fun AMG that's all-wheel drive. And then 2014, they made the E63 all-wheel drive. The C63 still to this day is rear drive, but if you're a younger person and you want to have a really sporty car and you need it to be all-weather because you live where I live in the Northeast, this is a fantastic car. I loved my CLA 45. So let's take a closer look at it. So let's look at the engine first and see what the power plant is. Now, this car definitely has the blackout package. It's got tinted windows. All right, so underneath here is the hood latch. Now, mine had a prop for the hood, I believe. This actually has hydraulics. So you can see the turbocharger. The engine is hot because we just drove it here. Now, this is the engine cover. The engine is really here, so it's a little in front of the front axle, like the Audis are. The Audis are a little more. We just did a review of an S3. I don't know what you'll see first. This is just the engine cover, remember. This is not the exact engine. We take it off. This is more in the intake. You can see the engine's kind of like underneath. So it does go a little further towards the front axle, but certainly not all the way back. It's not front mid-engine, but a very powerful engine that runs a very high boost. If I remember correctly, because this was my daily driver when I had one, is that the trunk opening was pretty small. So let's see how that works here. There we go. No, the opening's pretty decent. I thought mine was smaller, and it may have been. These are the AMG mats, as I say in every single video. These are cheap mats. Not that BMW and other stuff don't give you cheap mat standard, but you spend all the money on the car. I think the mat should be nicer. Now, this comes with winter mats, so whoever was the first owner of this car took care of it, because these are really good heavy-duty mats. You could fit, it's deep, you could fit 2 sets of golf clubs, definitely a hockey bag. Now, the only detriment to my car, I'm 6 feet tall, is I couldn't see behind myself, and not for the leg room, but for the headroom. So the same problem we had on the S3, and it might be worse in this car if I remember. So I really got to bend to get my neck down. Now I'm sitting behind myself, which is probably more forward. I like to be closer for a 6 feet tall person than the average 6 foot person. So it is tight in here. I can barely get my feet underneath, and I have large feet. So I probably wouldn't want to be back here too long. As far as the S3 goes, I think it was a little more foot room back here. But for front seat passengers, it's fantastic. You got all I love the dials for the HVAC. I think that's pretty cool. I had on mine the optional carbon fiber where it says AMG there, but for front seat passengers, it's perfect. Or if you have toddlers or your friends are short. This has some couple cool options besides the night package, which blacks out everything. It also has the Burmeister stereo. One of the things, the start button's on the side here to the right, so very easy to press it. Oops, we got, so you got to shut off the volume. I don't know why that comes on every single time. One detriment is this car is available at DCH Montclair Acura in Verona, New Jersey. You can buy this car right now for under $60,000, and it's essentially a brand new car with not many miles on it. The one thing on these Mercedes is this stalk here. So the E-Class has this, all the Mercedes have this, and if you drive it like your grandmother's Cadillac, you're going to break it. So it doesn't feel that expensive. It feels like a flimsy piece of plastic here, which I guess it is. And then you would go into drive, put it down, neutral is in the middle. Why would you do that? I don't know. Reverse. Now, this one has an optional 360 camera, which is great. So you have the camera, very good resolution, and then you have a 360 view around the car. And then to put it in park is odd because you're going to press the button right here on the side of that stalk, and that puts you in park. Now, if you want to drive, you can go in different modes of the car. So there's a sport, which we're going to drive in, comfort, individual, and then individual will allow you to do certain settings on your own. There's a slippery mode for bad weather, which I'm sure comes in handy here in the Northeast. And there's actually Sport. Let's drive in Sport Plus. Why are we driving in Sport for? Now there's a little like mouse pad here. And there used to be a dial here, but it looks like they've gotten rid of that. And you can get a navigation, so you can go into the parking, and that gives you everything around your car. So now we have different views here that we can go through, and we use that mouse pad to see around it. So it's pretty easy to use, not a problem, and it definitely comes in handy, the camera. Then we can look at settings for the car, so we can go through any of the access there. And now if we want to drive it, we can take traction control off, stability control. We're not going to do that because it's not our car. Now if we want to shift manually, we press this button, and as long as it's red, we can shift manually. Otherwise, it's really going to drive in automatic mode. All right, so we're going to drive in Sport Plus, and let's drive manual where we have to do the shifts. And let's take it out for a spin. All right, so now we're going to put it in drive. We're going to drive in manual mode. We're driving in Sport Plus. So I already hear that the exhaust sound is louder and the engine sounds louder. It's much louder than Sport. I drove in Sport to come here, and I noticed the difference. Oh, wow. Really, those downshifts sound really good. All right, now you feel like you're in a... Wow, that's loud. I had a CLA 45 too, and my CLA 45 was louder. Now you do feel that you're in a premium car. You don't feel like you're in a $100,000 car, but you feel like you're in a $60,000, $70,000 car. Now the suspension is a little stiffer than your average CLA 250, but you are driving something special. So to me, this is a hot hatch. To me, this is if you loved a Mitsubishi Evo, but maybe you have kids or clients and you just need an adult car. You're not an adult on the inside. I'm certainly still think like a 20-year-old, but you know, your parents, your coworkers, your boss can see this car and you look like you made a mature decision, but you can hoon this out on the weekends. I love, like I said, the vents here. I think this is the coolest thing. I think it looks much better than, say, fuddy-duddy vents in other cars. Now it's quick. It's not throw you back in your seat fast, and it probably feels faster than it is. But there's not too many affordable cars, and I don't want to say $60,000 for a used one is necessarily affordable to most people. But when you see the average price of a new car now and what they're going for with high interest rates and lease rates, it's it probably is somewhat affordable. All right, so now we're going to have a good test here on how this front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system does in these turns. So there is understeer going into the turn. We can rock it out of it. And everybody's going to hear us coming, that's for sure. So I would say drive in comfort mode if you don't want to wake up your neighbors. Now another off-camber turn here. We get a lot of pops and bangs. Wow, and that was pretty, that was a lot of fun. All right, so now what we're going to do is let's take it out of manual mode, and we're going to go up in maybe comfort mode, and we'll see. We're still staying sport. Why not? Now it's shifting for us and doing a pretty good job. All right, so let's try to take those turns again. We're driving in manual mode now, where I'm controlling the shifting. We're going to go down to 4th, 3rd, 2nd. We'll try to let these cars go because everybody goes so slow on this road, so we can see how it handles. All right, 2nd gear. Wow, this car, I loved my CLA 45, and it was in this exact color combo. This is fun, wow. All right, so we're gonna try another, let the road clear a little bit. Downshift to 2nd. You can really feel that turbocharged motor come in. You get the little farts and bangs on overrun. Wow, it handles way better than mine. Mine had a lot of understeer. Seems they've dotted out the best they can. Wow, this is a lot of fun. If you like these kind of videos, hit the like button. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Like and comment on every video. That's what you can do the most. The more likes I have and comments, the more YouTube will show it to new people, and that's how my subscriber base grows. Another easy way for my subscriber base to grow that you could help out, and remember, the more subscribers I have, the more cool cars I can review. You have friends that are car enthusiasts, get them to subscribe as well. We double or triple the subscriberships. You won't believe what cars we'll be reviewing. All right, and if you want to buy this car, it's for sale today. Just ask for Kareem at DCH Montclair Acura in Verona, New Jersey. I bought my RDX from them. I'm going to buy all my cars from them. They give really great deals. All right, so driving, around town in even in sport mode, but with the transmission shifting for itself, it's doing a fantastic job. It's going to keep me in higher gears for gas mileage. With this 4-cylinder turbo, if you stay out of the boost, you could get very good gas mileage. This is a fun car to drive. Definitely, it still had like that navigation, the terrible command system navigation on mine. And I think I didn't even get that because I thought it was so bad and expensive for what you got. I had like the Garmin navigation. So, but they've much improved the interior on here. And you got all the digital gauges, and you can change these and make these more aggressive. And I think they've done a fantastic job with this car. I would highly recommend that. One of the few semi-affordable cars that you can have a blast in every day. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
I won't break